Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.
Breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah. Woo. Breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah. Breathe, feel alive again, baby, baby. Breathe, feeling right again, feeling so right, baby, baby. Come on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show. Yes, indeed, it's the Lord. Nelson, that is, on the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 555 Royals Entertainment. And ladies and gentlemen, this young man that I have today is a special, special guest. He's one of the cool dudes, man. You know, I don't know how calm and cool he's going to be, but he just got that look. You know, he has that look of just being cool and calm all the time. But he's a really, really great individual, and we're going to have a great conversation and talk a little bit about what he does and who he is. So let me read off a little something about this young man. This young man is a musician, a director, a videographer, skilled in film production, broadcasting, and television. He is the owner and art director for the company Facing Halo. If I'm not mistaken, Facing Halo, because I love the graphic that you have with that. Yes, indeed. And has directed over 30 videos and commercials. The best being Until I Die. By Lord Nelson.
Right. You know it.
Listen, I'm partial to that. You know what I'm saying? And for many years now, I've watched him become an extraordinary paraglider. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome my special guest to the Live and Loud with the Lord podcast. I call him Van Gogh. He's never said he hadn't liked that name or whatever, but I call him Van Gogh because he's such an artist at what he does. But ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Mr. Vincent Giorgetti. Yes, indeed.
Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, indeed, man. So listen, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I'll start it off like I start off every show. The first question is, where are you from, sir?
Well, you know where I'm from. I'm from France, right? Oh, and you actually came to my hometown, actually, as I recall. It's been a while back.
It has been a while.
When we directed the music video, it was my hometown actually. So Metz,
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is where I'm from originally. Now I don't live there anymore. Mm-hmm. Now I moved to the mountains, the French Alps, next to Geneva. So it's a city called Annecy, and it's beautiful and it's super fun because the only thing you want to do at all times is just being, outdoors, explore and like do stupid shit, and I love it.
So what's the best thing about being from Metz? What's the best thing about being from there?
Well, the best thing being from there was I kind of got bored. So, I hit up my friends and, we had a band. And so we would play music and, we mostly did metal music, because we were kind of angry because, there's not much to do there. And no, I'm kidding. I mean, it's a great city. I got a lot of friends there and a lot of artists, but since it's like, kind of gray and cold and, so we just made the metal, man, like fucking rock and roll. And yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. We toured for probably like 13 years, I believe.
Right.
Or something like that. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Yeah.
So family, do you have any brothers and sisters? And if so, are they as talented as you are?
So I got a sister actually, and she's an architect, but she doesn't live. I mean, she moved as well. So she's more like, so she's in Strasbourg now, and she designed a lot of like boats and apartments and houses and stuff like that. And she's
awesome.
pretty good at it as well. Yeah, she's kind of an artist as well because she, designs stuff. But yeah,
in her own way. I got you. So you're a free spirit. Is this something that your mother and father instilled in you?
I can't really remember. My father, he's a hard worker. Like he's been working to provide for his family. Right. And I didn't see him much when I was younger, but he would work and work and work, and he taught me to kind of work. My mother, on the other side, she was working as well, but I think the artist part of who I am now and my sister probably comes from her, because even though she didn't do a lot of art, she's got that artistic mind, I would say. I mean, that's how I see her, and yeah, it's probably from her, but not from my dad. I don't think. Yeah.
That's all love, man. So music means different things to different people. So what does music mean to you?
Man, it's in a movie where the soundtrack is 50% of whatever the artist. Well, to me, it's the same. I couldn't live without it. It's in the morning when I wake up, I, listen to some tunes all the time. Even when I'm flying in the air, most of the time, I listen to music because it fits whatever mindset, I'm in. And
yes, sir.
I just fucking love that. I don't know. I couldn't live without it.
There's nothing better. I feel the same way, young man. So
I know that.
Yeah, indeed. So now I want to make sure I get this name right. So you attended Licée de la Communication School. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Did I say that correctly?
It's lycée basically means high school.
Okay, so it's high school. So please educate us on what the school provides and how the school helped mold your talents as a young man.
Well, so I was not in high school, but they had this section. It's called audio visual technique, whatever. So that was my grade. I don't know how to really translate it, but basically it was from 18 to 20, I went there. So it was high school, but they had that section with older people.
Kind of like college, Okay, I got you.
Yeah, exactly, like college grade. And so I spent 2 years there working cameras and TV production and stuff like that. And then right after I got hired by a TV company. And so I would, work on set and set up all the equipment, the cameras, sitting next to the director and, try to make some TV production, which was not good at all. It was a shitty TV channel, whatever. But when you're 20 and it was amazing, nice experience,
of course,
awesome people, and so yeah, I learned a ton of shit, working there.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. It explains a lot. So, what was the first band you were in? You talked about it a little bit before. What was that first band?
So the first band was a high school band. So we did, we would rehearse maybe every other week, and then I don't think we played shows. We probably played 2 or 3 shows or something, but then I kind of split, and then I started a band that's called My Only Scenery. And so I was a singer at the time, and that was my my first real band, I would say, when we would, play locally and do a bunch of gigs. And they were actually awesome musicians, and they actually kept the band alive, and it's super amazing what they do. Super strong musicians, and yeah, I really loved it. And then I joined another band which called Tess, and so this is a punk hardcore band. And then for this band I would play the guitar, and this is really where for me it started to take off, because we would do big tours. We would go to Russia and fucking all around France, and doing nice venues, festivals, 2,000 people.
Right.
I mean, this was the dream, for maybe 3 years, I would say. And we made an album, and I mean, rock and roll fucking life. It was
I
amazing.
watched it. Yeah, I can watch it.
J'ai vu se remplir les rues de la plus belle des roches, libre, digne, de piller les buildings. Mais tu t'attendais à quoi? Tu t'attendais à quoi? Ceux qui viennent d'en bas vivent le même combat. Toujours devant, souvent d'essai. Usés, affamés non plus. Rien ne nous effraie. Putain, mais dis-moi, tu t'attendais à quoi?
That was the rock and roll life. Like, so you were only there with them for about 3 years, you said?
No, I would say there was 3 years where like we toured a lot.
You were doing a lot.
Did a lot of shit. But I spent like probably maybe like 8 years or something with the band before I moved, because then I moved to the Alps.
Gotcha.
But yeah. I mean, it was amazing.
So when you shot the video, were you a part of that band already? Because I remember you doing something. You were a part of that band at the time. You shot the video for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So at the time, because I was like hanging out with a lot of musicians, and because, you know, during that time, because I went back to France, because from Metz, I moved to the US for like 2.5 years.
You're in Cali, yeah.
And then when I got back to France, I was like, fuck, I'm not working for TV anymore. So I wanted to be a director, right?
Right.
So what I did is I just, because I knew all these musicians and all these bands, I was like, dude, like, do you want a music video or something? And then I started like this, like calling all my friends and like making like all the music videos that I made. And I started like this. So yeah, and then you came along when I was like, actually, it was like the peak of my career as a music video director, because that's the only thing I would do. I would just direct music videos.
Right.
And I had like a bunch of projects. I would say I would probably output like maybe like 15 to 20 videos a year or something. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And but it was fun times as well. You know, hanging out with musicians, sharing ideas, and you know, trying to fit their music. It was amazing. Yeah.
Well, there's no doubt you're an incredible director, man, with a passion for visuals. You can tell that. So what is it about being behind the camera that excites you?
I would say I'm not so much about trying to tell a story, because I'm not that good of a storyteller, but I'm more like I say, you know, because I see like my life with the music and like as a soundtrack, I'm like, if I take like a band and I, you know, dig the tune, and every time I listen to something, there's like images coming to me.
Right.
You know, so I try to fit the video as best as I can on the music. And what excites me about it is like, I don't want it to like overcome the music. I want it to be like, so, you know, that makes the music even better. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I don't know if I like explain it well, but like, that's what I'm trying to do. It's like, if you look at the music video, you don't even care about the music video per se. You want to be like, dude, that tune is banger.
Right.
And you don't know, but it's kind of because you have that visual that kind of fits the thing that makes you feel that way, you know? So I'm trying to do like this, just do as little as I can so it doesn't overcome, but like trying to make it fit perfect. That's what I try to accomplish.
Yeah, you want the visuals to complement the music, man. I understand that very, very clearly. Man.
Yeah.
So what do you remember most about that Until I Die video?
Oh man, it was fun. I think it was well, you know, it was awesome because I think I brought all my friends at the time to be featured in your video. So that was awesome. And it was also Fred.
Fred,
yeah, with all the motorcycle and everything. And so, yeah, everything came to place like real nice. And we had actually like a bunch of sets actually. And it was fun. Like we had this cage and, you know, all these crazy guys are like, fuck yeah, you know, it's like Fight Club type of vibe.
Music about to lose it, mean mug in the human race. Gotta have a tight
Professional dope production. Don't you see the smile on my face? Bitches, humming and running and gunning, I'm coming at ya. I'm frontin', I'm stuntin', I'm hunting by the blast ya. Follow your passion, confession, yes, I'm a master. Look for my head because I'm taking fucking faster. Until the day I die, until the day I rest, until the day I take my very last breath. I roll, I ride, I jet, I fly, higher than the highest heights. Despite living so left, I'm almost right. Yeah, I roll, I ride, I jet, I
I
fly.
love that. And then the motorcycles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, to me, yeah, that was the greatest part of it. Personally, it was like all my friends, call them up and
Awesome.
they'll be like, "Fuck yeah, we'll
Yeah.
come out and we're trying to do something great here."
Indeed,
So,
they
yeah, it was awesome.
they really added so much to it, man. It was amazing, man. It was a great time. I had a great time with it. So dub style, you said Fred Dubon. So how do you know Fred?
Well, I don't know. I don't know how I met. I don't even remember how I met him. But I think it was like his shop or something, because one of my best friend at the time, he was working for him.
Okay.
So I met him like that, and then we had this idea to try to produce a show on like custom bikes,
Right.
because there was nothing like French. There was no like program for like French custom builders.
Got you.
You guys got a lot of that, in
We
the
do.
US, but in France, and I thought it was the perfect fit because the guy,
He's so
like,
dope too.
he's
Yeah.
amazing on camera. Is like, so, and he's an entertainer as well. So I saw that. So we try to make a series out of that, and so the channels didn't pick it up. I think we shot I don't know how you call that. You
pilot,
when you shot like a pilot, exactly. So
Street Empire. Hey, run it up, stack it up, add it up, pack it up. Strip club, tell them rack it up. All of my bitches, they bad as fuck. Run it up, stack it up, add it up, pack it up. Strip club, tell them rack it up. All of my bitches, they bad as fuck. All that we want is the pay. All that we want is the pay. Put the shades on, Cartier's on, we don't see no aid. All that we want is the pay. All that we want is the pay. Count the 20s, count the 50s, count the 100s, nigga, we don't see no aid. Number one, just get your money. Number two, don't be no dummy. Number three, don't fuck with suckers. Number four, these hoes don't love you. Number five, get in some trouble. Number six, just flex that hustle. Number seven, take a shot. Man, fuck it, make it a double, hey. Running it up, all of these bitches they fuck. Got this drink up in my cup, made it off work. None of this shit, it was luck. Grinding, never giving up, from bottom up. When I'm in the club, I tell my niggas bottoms up. None of these girls I would cuff, none of these girls I would love. They fuck everyone. All of these niggas, they hating on me. All of these bitches, they waiting on King. All of these bitches, they waiting on King. Jay Spalding in the lobby. Damn, you know how I get it, you know how I'm living. Got two bitches kissing, me and you, we just so different. Girls on the Zans, you know they get lifted. What are we talking about? Ain't talking money, then don't talk so loud. We ballin' now, yeah, we ballin' now. The money keep calling now, we never calling out. I'm on a new level, rockin' my new bezel. Getting brain cause my jewel's special. All these girls call me King J. Hefner. Number one, just get your money. Number two, don't be no dummy. Number three, don't fuck with suckers. Number four, these hoes don't love you. Number five, get in some trouble. Number six, just flex that hustle. Number seven, take a shot. Man, fuck it, make it a double, hey.
pilot, and then we went to Paris and like meet all these big guys and whatever, and they were like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And then months and months and months pass, and they're like, no, we'd rather take the American bullshit and translate it in French. It's easier than to produce
a lot of talk.
it.
Yeah, that's the business.
Yeah,
right?
and
a lot of talk.
like,
A lot of talk. But Fred's an amazing guy and definitely an amazing custom builder. And I know he's working for Indian Motorcycles now, but he's definitely definitely handling his business. So, what video or commercial that you directed are you most proud of?
I don't know if I could say like one person. Like, there's ones that are maybe prouder than others just because the context. Like, there's that one metal band, like French metal band, and we shot that in a, it's like a firefighter place when they
I remember
practice.
Yeah.
You know that one?
Yeah.
So that one it's like ridiculous because we just had the location and with that firefighter and he was like asking me, so do you want fire here, fire there? Can we light this guitar on fire and everything,
Right.
And we're like wearing all this stuff so we don't get burnt and everything. My fucking hair, dude, it would be almost gone by the end of the shoot, but
Putain de bordel, c'est ça, c'est partout, tout le monde fait quoi? Tu recherches le punchline dans un putain de vacarme, je lui ferme des gueules, man, sans faire des tabacs. Tu veux son bouillon, je te fais du rap.
it was really fun. It was like 1,000 degrees, but that I remember. And actually, the video looks great. But so there was maybe this one, and then some others that were like more like the last ones, like nature based. When I took my girlfriend, we kind of shot like a story, but it's like, let's say, so she goes to this road and there's two like branches, and in the first, so it's two music videos, but she just takes a different direction.
Right.
One video she takes this one, and the other one she takes and the stuff she lives, it's really not the same. There's one side she like meet a lot of people and she's been friendly, and the other side like she goes to the wild, and so she finds her like wild nature or something. But then at the end of this this path, it's the same, go like the same results.
Okay.
So I had one track, made two music videos, but the ending is almost it's like the same almost. So and I wanted to say, like, no matter what path you're trying to take, most of the like there's no right or wrong. If you know who you are and you go somewhere, you'll end up in that same spot. So that was one of my proudest, because it was kind of hard to do and technical, because like it was like everything on the beat and all these shots, and so it was kind of like a mind fuck.
Definitely. love. So do you love video more than music, or are they equally stimulating to you?
Well, let's say I could spend like a lot of time without video, like without making videos, but music I could never. Like I could never go like 2 days without listening to music and video. So like most of the time, like if I spend like 2 months not touching the camera, which happen rarely, but if it happens, I'm glad. It's like it's cool because it's more a job. And music, it's never been my job really. Like we would go on tour and I never really made any like money from it. Like we'd get some money, but we would like make music videos or like make a record or something. So we didn't really get money out of it. So, and that's actually what I think it's fun about like all these kind of activities. It's like when you kind of can stay true to yourself, because there's not that money involved in it. So you can just go and be creative and do all this. Yes,
indeed. Well, tell us more about Facing Halo.
So the company kind of like, so I still do some stuff for Facing Halo. I still produce and direct a couple of music videos a year, but like I would need to really love the music, or either they're my friends or I've always worked with them. Let's say you come to me for another music video, I'll say I'll fucking do it for sure, But most of like right now it's mostly like I do a lot of sport things,
Okay.
so I kind of focus on my YouTube channel, which I
Mhm.
don't post quite often, but
Mhm.
like mountains and fucking paragliding, because
Right.
that's what I do all day
Yeah.
now, most of and like, yeah, the imagery, but
Yeah.
now I felt like I had enough, like, be creative into the video thing. So I just, that's kind of a job now. I work
got
from like luxury brands and stuff like that, but I
Mhm.
kind of like switch that thing off. I just go to
Right.
work and then, get my camera out and film stuff that I love, but I don't make money out of it. Just like music. So it got fun, like over the last 3 years. Every time I pick up my camera, I film stuff. It's like fun stuff.
It's fun
And
again. Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah. It's not a
yeah.
job to you.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
I
now
hear
that's
you,
what
man.
facing Halo is. Yeah.
Well, you spoke about the paragliding right there. So let's take a good segue. Let's roll right into that. So, you seem super passionate about this. So
Yeah.
what is it? So how did you get into paragliding?
Well, I actually started when I was living in Metz, but it was like, it was kind of messy because we don't have mountains there. It's like hills. And
Okay.
and a buddy of mine just, got me to it. So I was like, I would take his paraglider and, inflate it and try to, and then, so I kind of self-taught
Oh, really?
myself, which is the dumbest shit you can ever do, but that's what I kind of did. So, and then at some point I flew like the hill. I took off and just flew, and I didn't know what to fucking do. So I just went straight. And it was that field, and I was like, I landed safely and everything. I was
Really?
like, man, that's fun, but it's like quiet. I would still like, doing music and like crazy stuff. And I was like, this quiet. I might do like skydiving or something.
Mhm.
It might not be for me, but then I kept doing it, but I couldn't go a lot because of the conditions and like the,
Right.
everything, because it's not the spot to do it. So
Mhm.
then I moved to the mountains, and
Mhm.
here is just like, it's called the Mecca of paragliding here.
Really?
Like worldwide.
I can see it though. I can see it. Yeah.
Honestly, man, like summertime in Annecy, there's like 1,500 to 2,000 takeoffs a day.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. Yeah.
Wow.
And you can, actually, I was there today. Like, it's still flyable, and it's December, it's winter time. It's ridiculous. You can probably fly it like 300 days a year or something. So,
Mhm.
so I just, found, I didn't know a lot of people here. So I just went there, flew, got a bunch of scares because mountains,
Mhm.
it's really not the same as plains,
Mhm.
so it was like quite harder. But then I met a bunch of people, like nice, like-minded people, and they're all like very sporty and stuff. And I was not like, I would like still live the rock and roll life,
Right.
get drunk and then go to fly and stuff like that, which was not the right thing to do. So yeah, and then I met like a lot of people, and they became my good friends.
Mhm.
And let me tell you why I'm passionate about this sport, because this sport taught me something, which is to me like the biggest probably stuff that I've learned over the last 10 years. Like, it taught me to be like, how would you call that? I wouldn't say, let's say, look, you're not supposed to be flying, right? You're a human being.
Mhm.
You're supposed to be walking. You're supposed to be on Earth and
Right.
stuff that Okay, when you're in the air like a bird, uh, I found the word is humility. Yeah,
Humility.
that's the word I was looking. So that's why that's what I've learned doing that, because when you're in the air, you've got all this stuff happening that you can't see. Like, it's like, all the, we call it, you got the thermals to get lifts,
Right.
you've got like the wind,
Mhm.
and like all of this, you can only feel it when you're in there, but you can never see it. So whenever you go somewhere with your stuff, light stuff, your piece of fabric,
Mhm.
you go there, you don't know what you're gonna find. I mean, now with the experience, you can kind of, discern what you can find, but most of the times you don't really know. Anything can happen.
Right.
So you go there, and then you go like, oh, fuck, like And so you can never not take this seriously. That's why now, before I started, never, took courses, never got like no teaching whatsoever. And now I'm like still learning. Like now I'm going back to the schools, learning stuff because I found out that it's not that dangerous of a sport, but it could be because if you don't know where you're going and like all the conditions and everything, like the weather system and everything, man, you're gonna crash and you're gonna get like really hurt, like it can hurt you pretty bad. And I got a bunch of my friends that did, and I don't want that to happen to me. So now I just do it all the time and try to go. My progression would go like it would go like this, and now it went like this, and it would go up like very slowly and just learning step by step. And now I'm having so much fun. It's amazing. Yeah,
it is crazy. Listen, that whole time you just were talking, I've got chills. Let me tell you why. That is definitely my next question that I had for you. My next question was, when you're up there, what are you feeling? Is it a freedom of understanding what a bird possibly feels like? And that's what you went into that. And then I said, I asked this because I truly believe it's amazing and beautiful thing. I mean, it just seems like it's just breathtaking. So when I'm watching you, and once again, I tell a lot of people, listen, I'm out there watching you. I'm telling you, no doubt. I don't want to go out there and like I'm some stalker and a crazy individual. But every time I see you doing what you're doing, I'm like, this is beautiful. How free is he up there and just enjoying? And just like you said, you're seeing things from a different perspective. That just bugs my mind out. I'm just like, that has got to be the craziest, most beautiful thing that there is. So you went into all of that, saying all that, man. Just, listen, that part right there was beautiful, man. I had chills the whole time. Because I was like, he just went on into it, you know?
Sorry, man. I'm passionate. Like if you talk to me about paragliding, I could go like forever.
Oh my goodness. So has paragliding added anything to the way you live your life or the videos and the music you make? Because that's, do you see things just differently now? Or you just more free now?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, so now I just, I'm out all the time. Like every time, like I've learned to love and respect the mountain. I do a lot of skiing, in the winter as well. So that's what I want to do every day. Like if I could, that's what I would do every day. So I do it almost every day because I got the job that kind of gets me to do this. But yeah, and so the way of life now is this: it's like work a little bit just to you make the money to pay the rent and like all the utilities and everything. But now see, like I don't need anything else really. I don't need like a fancy car or really I don't need anything. So I spend money on paragliders because the shit is expensive as well. But I mean, with this little piece of fabric, you can just go up the mountain, right? So you can spend like maybe like 2-3 hours hiking, seeing like a lot of stuff. And then you take off from up there and you can fly with the eagles, the falcons, like everything. You can see like all the wildlife. And so when you're in there, it's like just like you're by yourself. And it's kind of like, the new drug or something. It's like something that makes you like be by yourself completely, how you'd say, like at the the nature could take you and rip you apart, so that makes you feel like, all right. And most of the time I'm like, because I don't really have any beliefs like religion or whatever, but sometimes I'm like, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, I'm like, thank you. And I'm thinking something, I don't even know what that is, but because I got nothing to do here. Like, it's not like we were not meant to do this. So I try to appreciate as much as I can and respect it because we're not made to do this. And now we can, so why not do it, So now it's just that. It's, basically going out, awesome. Discovering new things. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm telling you, man, I think we're going to end right there on that last question, but I want you to give people the information so they can come to your page and see how beautiful it is, man, because I'm telling you, it is amazing every time I see it. And every time I take my song Breathe, my EDM song, it just goes right with that. It's like free yourself, free your mind, just breathe and enjoy this life that that you're living. And you are definitely doing that, man. I applaud you, man. I'm telling you, man, it's amazing. It's amazing. So,
thanks so much,
yeah, man. If you want to, give the people your information so they can check you out on YouTube and IG and those things.
Sure,
like
yeah.
that.
So it's my full name actually. It's Vincent Giorgetti. So I don't know if you can add on like something or whatever on your podcast, but basically that's Vincent Giorgetti, and you can find me on Instagram, on YouTube. So YouTube is French, unfortunately, but if you want to learn French, that might be a good place to start. And anyways, you're gonna have like beautiful images, and then if not, yeah, hit me up on Instagram, and I post like most of the stuff that I do. Like I still haven't done my stories for today, but today, man, it was like epic. Fucking epic, man. Yeah. I'm telling you. So yeah, you'll see it later tonight. And I want to thank you though, because it's been like too long since we've spoken to each other, and I appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me be a part of your show. I watched a bunch of episodes already, and keep up the nice Lord Nelson vibe, man. I fucking love that.
Hey, man, thank you, man. Yeah. I'm having a great time doing this, man. I'm able to run my mouth like I like to run my mouth. And I'm just having a good time with it, man. And just like you say, whether it takes me here or there, I'm just enjoying the moment like I enjoy music. And I'm just in the moment. And I thank you. I'm honored to have you. And, the people that I've met through music have like really changed my life and added so much to my life. And so I really try to keep up with a lot of you guys. I really do. And we might not talk, but you best believe if you got something out there, I'm watching it, because it's like it plays in my mind over and over again. Like I don't want it to end. I remember this. I remember this back then. I remember. So it's all beautiful, man. So once again, I thank you so much. I'm definitely honored to have you, man. So
thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you know who it is. It's the big guy with the big show, the Lord. Nelson, that is, on the podcast Live and Loud with the Lord on the CMS network with 5 Royals Entertainment and my very special guest, Mr. Vincent Giorgetti. Van Gogh, baby. Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed.
All right.
Thank you so much, man. All
Thanks,
right,
man. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. Be good.
Sure, yeah. Thanks.
So high, I get high on your love. 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 I get high on your love, baby.
I get high, so do you. I get high on your love, so true, baby. The high you bring is a dope of you, so dope, baby. Of what a high like yours can do. Yeah, I can't resist the high of you, baby. Total bliss, my first try of you, the first hit. Like Prince, I swear I would die for you. Yeah, I fly and soar in the sky of you. So throw it and go. Pleasure, I've kissed it. I'm so turned on. You're high, so mystic that I wrote this song. Yeah. Love my life. Love your high. Love your trip. It's one hell of a ride. With the Lord, has arrived, full aboard, free of charge, can't afford to miss it, we won't be ignored. No need for knocking, come on in, bring your family and your friends. Got you geeked and tuning in, you two watching or listening. Music is the major topic, enjoy audio erotic. When the merch arrives, no copy, help me monetize and profit. Mix the genres up like salads, rock to reggae, break the ballad.
Turn it up. You're listening to Live and Loud with the Lord, Nelson, that is.